Hi guys. Today we're going to do a quick mission in order to help out a fellow forum member. Essentially, someone on the forum had a little problem with the mission we're about to do. So we're going to try to see if we can do it more or less the same way with a similar character to what he's using. So from what I understand, he's using a fire character that uses brawling. So I thought I'd use our friend Superman here. I just realized I'm gonna have to tweak the loadout a bit. So let's put that here. I'm never sure which one is. Let's put this one here. This will be our supercharge. This will be our breakout move. Oh, let's go with Inferno. So essentially, when you reach this mission, you're about level 22, 24. I've looked at some of my previous characters, and essentially, I seem to have done this mission with characters that were around 22, 24 in terms of levels. So I took my character down to combat rating 19, which is a bit lower, but I'm sure if I have a few things that will probably make up for being lower level. And also for the skill points, I gave myself 15 skill points. So I gave myself about 15 skill points and 10 power points. That's more or less what you have once you reach this mission. So hopefully it'll be enough to mimic the character from our other from the other player from the forum. And I teamed up with our friend Batman of Earth 2. At first I thought that Superman and my Superman character wouldn't have access to this mission. But turns out actually he does have access to the mission. But also what I want to show is that it is a solo mission. But let's say you have, let's say there's a mission for some reason you really cannot do it. Or you don't have the proper loadout, you don't have, I don't know, for whatever reason you cannot do it. Even though a lot of missions are solo missions from level 1 to level 30, you can do those solo missions with a friend. If you really struggle and if you really need help for reasons, you could always ask a friend to enter with you. Like the easiest thing would have been to, in order to help out our friend on the forum, the easiest thing would have been to come with my Batman character and do the mission with him. But my time is kind of limited right now, so let's try and instead help him out by showing him how possibly you can do the mission at this point. So I'll give a quick look at the essentially the powers I used are Enflame, Immolation, Reignition, which is my supercharge, Swoop Attack. I just like that move, so no real reason for that one. I could have put Inferno here, and I could have put something else instead of Inferno, but let's go with that. Burnout and Inferno. The player on the forum is a speedster. Sadly, I don't have a speedster that uses fire powers, so I went with my friend Superman. I would probably have changed one or two powers for something that a speedster would use. Oh, makes me realize I will take away the swoop attack just to be sure. Actually, I will take away that, and I'll use flashpoint instead. Actually, I think I'll use fiery weapons. So let's get started.
I knew I smelled someone in here.
I commit your soul to Cain.
I probably should have done this mission in tank role, but too late. And I will not use my trinkets. Essentially, I can summon a few characters with my trinket, but I'm not going to use them since I assume our friend on the forum doesn't have access to those trinkets. Sometimes there's a chest here, but next time. There's a little chest you can gather. Um, I probably already have the feat if I did this mission already.
Quick, turn off the security camera before Intergang knows you're here. I'm showing a terminal nearby.
So let's disable the camera. I probably should try to take a healing power. As you can see, our friends are hurting my poor Superman pretty bad. I guess I'm gonna have to use a cola at some point. Let's try and pull that one little guy over there. And we have a chest here. Let's try and pull that little friend there. And also amongst my powers, I have 35%, 35%, 50%, 45, 45. Oh yeah, I'm not using that one much. Let's tweak our tank loadout just in case. Actually, we're going to wrong one. We're going to use the same loadout as a tank. Let's switch to tank right now. As you saw, we're a bit squishy. Enemies are does pretty bad. So hopefully in tank role, we should do a bit better in terms of survivability. But we're going to be doing less damage.
Look, Kyle. Another sheep to the slaughter. So you think to stop the prophecy? My shapeshifters will feast well tonight.
They are mine, Whisper.
And there's a barrel over here that we shouldn't be shy to use. Essentially, it's going to respawn once or twice during the fight. And also we have our healing supercharge. Should help us a bit. So ideally you want to stay not too far from the barrel in order to be able to use it against Miss Adair. Ooh, it's quite an upgrade. Our friend Batman got the shoulders. So let's go and do. It's not quite accurate because essentially I'm not really a level 24 or level 19 in this case, but it's as close as I can get without actually recreating a character from scratch. So let's go join our friend Batman. I'm not sure why today the loading time is much faster. Oh, okay, for the Temple of Crime. Well, let's see. I'm not sure for a second. I thought that maybe my Superman wouldn't have access to the mission without Batman, but I guess not. And somehow the loading time is much faster on my PC. So let us switch back to DPS and let's see if we can defeat our friend Manheim in DPS role. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to defeat this little fella here first. For the skill point, I didn't do all that much anything special. Essentially, I have my skill points and flights for the stun recovery and the breakout masteries and all that stuff. And for the weapon, I just took all the brawling weapons, all the brawling combos, and one of the critical attack damage. So that's pretty much as far as it went for that. So let us switch to where is it? Oh, there it is. There's usually a few invisible friends here. The best way to detect invisible enemies is to do some damage to them. So if you do any area of effect, any ability that does an area of effect damage, essentially it will allow you to detect those hidden enemies. Although in tank role, even though we switched to DPS role, but in tank role, you're supposed to be able to detect hidden enemies a bit easier. I probably should have stayed in tank role, but it doesn't matter. Sorry if I have a bit of the sniffles, although I had a bit really bad cold this weekend, and I didn't get the chance to play much lately. There was the whole game being down and all that, but also I had a little too much work.
We'll eat your heart for Manheim!
So ideally you want to start with Inferno. Inferno gives you 50% extra damage. I should probably use my buff also. Sometimes others. So there's a few hidden enemies still. I think there's one. Oh, there he is. Again, I probably should switch back to tank, but I'll try it as a DPS, and if it doesn't work, I'll switch to tank role. And yeah, I'm doing things a bit backward. Essentially, I should probably start with for the advanced mechanic for the fire character. Oh, wrong one. I should probably start with something that gives thermal absorption. I don't think. I don't seem to have taken anything like that. It doesn't matter.
Saith the Crime Bible, let the razor cut quick and right in Cain's name. We commend the heart of this wayward daughter. May the fires of pain and rage blaze on earth. In Cain's name!
So usually here the strategy is pretty simple. There's a few healing barrels that you can use. There's one over there, and there's one over there, and there's another one in the back. So let's go use our first healing barrel. I usually start with that one over here. No really reason for that. Just what I'm used to doing. So essentially you fight Mannheim a bit if you want. Oh, there's some... is our friend a question? So you can grab another barrel and continue the fight. And now you have to fight the evil cat people. And now you get back to fighting Mannheim. And if you're not sure, you can grab another barrel. As you saw, the barrel respawns fairly quickly. Which is a good thing, because I did spam a little too much. We got lots of... Ooh, the Batwoman's Serrated Cape. I have a character or two that could use that. So I guess I got really lucky. The Batwoman cape is fairly rare, and it's selling for quite a lot on the broker right now.
Take the book.
But I think I have a character or two that could actually use it. So as you see, there's another barrel here. So during the fight, essentially, don't be afraid to cycle through your barrels. So what I usually do, I didn't quite do it this time, but what I usually do is that I'll use this barrel, and then I'll fight Mannheim a bit, then I'll use this barrel, then I'll fight Mannheim a bit, and then I'll use this barrel and fight Mannheim a bit. There's usually there's a not sure if it's a briefing or an investigation. It's been a while. Oh, and there's a treasure chest sometimes hidden here. Let's see. Ooh, not collected. McGreedy kind of. So it can be a bit. I remember Mannheim the first time I fought him. Holy crap! It was a tough fight. But you kind of get used to it, and once you catch the trick of cycling through your barrels, usually it goes well. And then we just need to leave the warehouse. But let's go back instead. Let's go back to our base to sell, repair, and all that good stuff. Not sure why somehow the loading time is much faster on my PC than my PS4. And it's not because I'm recording. Even before I started recording, the loading time was much faster. So So let's get back to our usual self. Let's sell and repair. Let's see if oh, it's a healer weapon. Oh, pointless. Thought I could give my brawling weapon to my Batman, but oh well. Soda plus, pointless. Oh, let's collect the fourth world style. Oh, let's collect the plasma gun. That seems to be all we can collect. I probably could have seen if my Batman character has the plan, but don't really care. Let's put our snowballs here. Once in a while, I'll remember to put the snowballs in here. So that was pretty much it for the missions. But let's just wanted to show off some of my latest look. So essentially, my DPS look pretty much is the Red Sun Superman look, more or less. Not quite the right symbol, but works well enough. This is my new tank look, which I have to admit, the slimline looks really nice like this for some reason. I really and the S, the black and red S really looks good. Although the S looks good, period. But well, and I tried a new look. I was inspired pretty much by the there's a this new comic that was called Lois and Clark, where you had essentially the pre-New 52 Superman, which they seems to have given him like a pretty much a black bodysuit with just a few white boots and white belt and a white emblem. I gave him white gloves because I don't have a slimline suit that don't cover the hands. I have the wetsuit, but not too crazy about how the wetsuit actually looks. So I thought it was a really neat look. Essentially, I'm missing the beard, the pre-New 52 Superman that has this nice beard, but I guess I like my Superman clean shaven. So anyway, enough rambling around. So essentially, this was it for those two missions. So hopefully, this should be able to help a bit, uh, give a trick or two to how to do the mission. So use the healing barrel, use some powers that can help you heal yourself, and of course, there's colas and all that good stuff. So that's it for now, guys. So thanks for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.